Is there any evidence then that fresh expressions of church is making a difference? You're saying it's moving from an initiative to a movement. Is it worth investing in terms of this, large percentage of people who have no connection?
Yeah, and
to
I think
church
that's what's been exciting about the last 2 or 3 years in particular, because starting about 4 years ago, the first piece of rigorous research was done. So in the Church of England, we have our diocese sort of regions, and so they started with a quarter of the Church of England, and asked some very rigorous questions about what does this look like, how many people are doing it, and what is it exactly that they are doing. And they had a very strict set of criteria of what a full-blown, genuine fresh expression of church looks like. And the figures, once they come out with this first raft of 10 dioceses, was stunning. So on the back of that, the church commissioners immediately said, well, let's do another 10. So we'll have half the Church of England. And those figures now are just in the process of being released. But what those figures are actually showing is that since the initiative started, in the Church of England alone, over 30,000 Christians went out. Between them have planted over 2,000 fresh expressions of church, and that over 80,000 people are attending those, most of whom formerly had no experience of church whatsoever. So by any measure, really, that is very, very good news.
So it's
for
not
the
just
church.
a gathering of the discontent. It is
Absolutely
genuinely reaching
not.
out to those who have no significant relationship with church community.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's been such good news, because understandably, the first thought that the institution would have would be, well, of course, this is gathering the discontented and so on, and and giving people an excuse to do church in a slightly trendy way or whatever. But actually, trendy is the last thing that Fresh Expressions is about, because it's all about being genuinely contextual to the society we now live in. So we have a myriad forms of fresh expressions of church, many of whom gather and work with the elderly, for instance. So it's not just about a trendy way of doing church for young people. It's very broad, and it's touched the whole church, all traditions, and helped to renew the missional life of church right